Here on this tiny little Greek island. Oh, today I have lots planned, um, and hopefully I will get them all done. One of the things that I have on my schedule today is, well, putting together a YouTube video, and also I'm thinking if all goes well and I'm able to, and we have internet, because now that it's summer, it's getting taxed. The whole Wi-Fi thing. Too many people here, and it gets oftentimes flooded, and or something goes wrong with just too many people. So what I want to do is I'm going to start a new painting, and I want to do it live again, and I think today would be a good day for that. So that would be in the afternoon, around 6 o'clock, I would imagine. Yeah, around 6, not 7, around 6, to get the beginnings of a painting going. I think I'm just going to do a larger version of the previous one with the seagull on the rocks, which I think turned out pretty nice. Here. Tack! So I like this composition quite a bit. There's a lot of really good things happening in it, and I just it's just clicking with me. So I want to do this one on a large canvas, larger, at least double the size that it is right now. And so I want to start that from the very beginning of how I would put that together. Of course, I don't need to do the notan anymore because I already did it, and that's in the 3 easy steps to it's a 4-part series. So you can look at that's the previous YouTube videos, and I have that in the very first one, where I talk about, the 3 basic things that I do when I start a painting, and that will put me on that right path, so that there will be minimal mistakes. And, yeah, there's a lot to be said for the free flowing, just go out there and just get a blank canvas and start painting and see what happens. That can also be a very beautiful practice. But when you want to put together a painting, planning is important, if not vital, to continued success. And I guess I don't think that you need to just let go, and whatever happens and whatever you're feeling and just put it out there is really valid when you're trying to do a specific painting with the elements, the design, the notan, the color scheme. When you're putting it all together, if you plan it out beforehand and then go into the painting, you'll know exactly what to do. And it's 80% you're going to succeed, if not 90, right? But so yeah, you can go in and just paint and see what happens, and once in a while you will come up with a good painting. And I'm not saying not to do that. I would do that in the beginning stages, up in this area when you're playing around with the idea. Do just paintings and see what happens, see what you can pick up. I think actually that would be a very nice practice. That's not what I do, but I can see myself doing that. And then, you know, when you begin to limit it, it's again, you just have to keep limiting that creative energy. It's too much. Use it and play around with it, but you have to keep limiting it down, scrunching it down in order to actually begin painting on your canvas. You, and to have it be a successful painting. And I'm also talking about abstract work. So the difference would be, because there is a difference between abstract painting, which is intentional. You know what you're doing before you put your brush or your roller or your hands, whatever, on the canvas. You know. You know what the purpose is for that painting. The self-expression type of abstract work, there you just do whatever, right? You just let yourself out. And I think that is a healthy practice, and it is a healthy way of painting. But let's, be clear, it's not specifically abstract. Correct me if I'm wrong. Corby, I'm going to send that question out to you, that I know for sure you will have a clarification on that. But abstract work has meaning and purpose. And when it's just self-expression, as we had this great discussion with my dear friend Corby about that, self-expression is yourself expressed on a canvas. And you, whoever is the artist, will know and understand what that expression means to you, but somebody else coming along probably won't get it, right? They might, or they might like it for their own reasons. And, the question is it officially art or not? I've been pondering that question for the past few days, and I find it a very interesting and challenging idea. What do you guys think? Is self-expression art, or just an artistic way of expressing yourself? Is it art, like art that you would find in a museum or in, the quality galleries? It's art. Or is it an artistic self-expression of you? I'm kind of leaning towards that. I think sometimes the self-expressive art can be incredibly beautiful, and sometimes will mesh in with the realms of art. But mainly, I'm tending to lean towards the idea that it is an artistic self-expression. And is there anything wrong with that? No, of course not. Of course not. That is a fabulous thing to express yourself, to come into that creative realm. I mean, you guys, that's what I talk about here, is understanding this creative realm that's inside of all of us. And a great way to do that is through those, abstract-ish, like just self-expression, throw paint on the canvas, try this, try that, play around. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But the question is it in fact art? It's maybe kind of a hot topic today. And of course, there's probably not a specific answer. Like with most of painting, there are no real specific answers to certain questions. Like, let's go back a few weeks. Is blue, is ultramarine blue a warm or cool blue? That's kind of out there in the open. It just depends on who's using the ultramarine blue. So, you come to these terms, self-expression, abstract art? Where does it blend? How much of your own self expression on canvas in an artistic way, how much of that is actually art, and what isn't? And how? This is my question. How do you know? How do you know? If I look at somebody's artwork who's doing that type of artwork, and there's a lot of it out there today, especially in this social media world, where anybody can just grab paints and paint and put it up on Instagram and build up a following, and suddenly uh, they are valid. That's valid artists. I think we're all valid, even if you haven't got anybody on your social media channels. But let's just let's just say that they're getting famous, social media famous type artists. But they're doing this self-expression type of abstract work, and you're wondering, is it art or isn't it? And who decides? And how do you decide? If you guys have any thoughts on this, please leave it in the comments below. I am chewing and chewing and chewing on this subject, especially for my members in the YouTube membership program. By the way, it's $2.99 if anybody wants to join up. We're going to have a live Zoom session this week. I was hoping for Thursday, but that is going to have to be canceled, as I will not be here on Thursday. So maybe somebody, if you guys can put in days, maybe tomorrow would be a good day. Afternoons, my time. I think we're going to move the time up as it's getting quite warm these days, probably around 6-ish. I'll put it up in the membership group. And anybody who wants to sign up, it's just $2.99, like I said, and we, go through these types of conversations. We go through different ways of putting together a painting and how to come to your painting, and how much do you step out and open up to other people's teachings. And then, my big question is, how do you know when to let it go and move on to your own path? Because in my learning, especially when I was first learning how to paint, and I was studying with Johannes Floathouse. I even went to Canada for a workshop, which was, that was just a great experience. And the things that I learned from him, which is much of what I also teach in the foundational painting. How to get started. How do you get started? What do you do? And how do you put a painting together? A lot of it is based on what I learned through Johannes. And it was a great way to get started. The trick is not to get stuck on anybody's teaching. Not your mentors, not mine, not the other guy on the YouTube channels that you're watching, or, the other person. I had to do the gender thing these days. So the other person, or the other people that you're watching on YouTube channels and in different artistic areas, it's moving in and maybe trying a little bit of what they're doing and seeing how that vibes with you. That is the way to go about it. So you guys, today I am going to start this new painting, as I mentioned in the beginning, and I will be doing that live. So come on up to in the afternoons, or if you're all sleeping in the States, It will be morning-ish for you, depending on where you are. And yeah, looking forward to it. And also putting together a YouTube video, which I'm going to do right now. All right, you guys. Yeah, be inspired. Be creative. Breathe in that creativity. Open up, right? Be creative. Be you. Have a beautiful day today. I will see you all again tomorrow.